Nobody expected the biggest problem in the world's most impossible rebuild would come after the victory lap. Matt Armstrong finally did what Bugatti said almost nobody on Earth could do. But seconds after proving everyone wrong, the Chiron revealed one brutal problem hiding underneath the celebration. The pressure is back on, and the automotive world is watching in disbelief, because Matt Armstrong just announced he has to split the Bugatti Chiron in half. Again. After months of rebuilding a hypercar most people would have written off forever, the car finally drove under its own power. The impossible happened, but what Matt discovered afterward could send the entire project backwards overnight. Before we continue, subscribe now and smash that like button because this rebuild just went from victory story to nightmare part 2. After the first successful drive, the team rolled the Chiron back into the workshop for a complete inspection. At first, everything looked unbelievable, and what they found next made Bugatti's warnings look even worse. The repaired gearbox mounting bracket, the exact part Bugatti basically implied couldn't properly be repaired outside factory conditions, survived perfectly. No cracks, no flex, no movement. Bob's reinforced aluminum weld held under real driving stress like it belonged there from day one. And that wasn't the only thing that shocked people. The custom fabricated radiators worked flawlessly. Cooling system perfect, engine healthy, the chassis repair solid. Every handmade solution Matt's team created independently was functioning exactly how it should. Everything the manufacturer claimed required official facilities, factory technicians, and specialized tools worked. But hidden behind all that success was one tiny mistake, capable of stopping the entire project cold. During reassembly, a sensor was accidentally trapped between components while the Chiron was being bolted back together. And because of where it sits inside the car, fixing it isn't simple. In fact, the solution is almost unbelievable. Matt explained that the sensor is sitting at completely the wrong angle. It's twisted into a position it should never be in, and if it stays like that, it could eventually cause serious issues. The terrifying part? There's almost no access to it without dismantling huge portions of the car again. And that leads to the sentence nobody wanted to hear. The Bugatti has to be split apart again. Think about how insane this is. Most mechanics will never even touch a Chiron. According to Bugatti, only a handful of facilities worldwide have ever separated one this deeply. Matt Armstrong's garage basically entered territory reserved for factory-level operations. And now they have to repeat the hardest part all over again because of one hidden sensor. But here's what makes this story hit harder. Matt didn't hide the mistake, he owned it immediately. Because when you're rebuilding something manufacturers publicly consider nearly impossible to repair, errors become part of the process. This is engineering at the edge of reality. Some people are asking, why not just leave it alone? The car drives. But that's exactly the difference between content rebuilding and rebuilding a Bugatti properly. That sensor isn't cosmetic. If it gets damaged or keeps sitting under pressure, it could trigger fault codes, engine issues, transmission problems, or reliability failures later on. And when you're dealing with a multi-million-dollar hypercar packed with sensitive systems, ignoring one warning can turn into financial destruction fast. And the scary part? The hardest section of the rebuild might still be ahead of them. Most people think rebuilding a car is just about making it run again. But what Matt Armstrong is dealing with right now proves something terrifying about modern hypercars. Sometimes the smallest mistake becomes the biggest disaster. These cars are too advanced, too interconnected, too sensitive. One faulty sensor doesn't just affect one system anymore. It can trigger warnings, limp modes, transmission faults, engine problems, and electronic chaos across the entire car. And that's exactly why Matt can't ignore what he just found. Because this rebuild was never about making the Chiron barely move. It was about making it function exactly how Bugatti intended. Just without Bugatti's help, their pricing, or their control. And now that mission is about to become brutally painful again. Before we continue, subscribe now and smash that like button because Matt Armstrong is about to redo one of the hardest parts of the entire Chiron rebuild, all because of one hidden sensor. Here's the nightmare nobody realizes. You cannot slightly separate a Bugatti Chiron. This isn't a normal supercar where you remove one panel and reach what you need. The entire structure is tied together through dozens of mounting points, electrical systems, and carbon aluminum connections. One wrong move can stress the chassis itself. And now Matt is standing in front of a situation where every option is bad. To even reach that trapped sensor, the team may need to disconnect the entire front and rear electrical system again. Remove structural carbon panels. Undo major chassis bolts. Carefully separate the two halves of the car without twisting the structure. Reach into the tiny gap, hoping the sensor hasn't already been crushed. Then rebuild everything again from scratch. And the scary part? Even after all that work, there's no guarantee the sensor survived. Think about the level of frustration here. The car already drove. The impossible rebuild already succeeded. The fabricated cooling system worked. The custom crash structures worked. The gearbox repair worked. Everything survived real-world testing. Yet now the entire project gets thrown backwards because one sensor sat at the wrong angle during reassembly. Hours of work, possibly days. All because of one hidden detail. But buried inside this nightmare is one small advantage Matt has discovered throughout the rebuild: Volkswagen Group parts sharing. During this entire process, Matt has exposed how many exclusive Bugatti components are actually shared with Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, and Volkswagen products underneath. The airbags trace back to an Audi A3, crash sensors connected to Porsche parts, multiple hidden VW Group components hiding beneath Bugatti branding, which means if this sensor is damaged, there's a good chance Matt can cross-reference it and source the same component for hundreds instead of paying Bugatti thousands. And honestly, the irony is incredible. The same Volkswagen Group parts-sharing strategy Bugatti relies on internally is now helping independent builders bypass Bugatti's gatekeeping entirely. But this moment goes deeper than parts. This is the exact point where most people would quit. Most builders would say, "The car works, leave it alone." And most people would protect the progress instead of risking everything again. But that's the difference between repairing a car and rebuilding one properly. Matt is willing to undo successful work because perfection matters more than convenience. And when you think about everything this build has already survived, this situation becomes even crazier. Bugatti refusing to supply parts. Public claims that the car couldn't be repaired independently. Multiple failed fabrication attempts. Bob spending over 60 hours creating structural components from almost no references. Successfully splitting one of the world's most complex hypercars apart, then actually driving it again. Now they have to repeat part of that process because one sensor isn't perfect. That's not failure. That's obsession with doing the impossible correctly. And honestly, this entire moment proves something most people are finally starting to understand about independent Bugatti repair. It's not just mechanical skill, it's mental endurance. The ability to face setbacks immediately after victories. The willingness to tear apart successful work because almost right still isn't acceptable. Perfect function. Zero factory support. No shortcuts. That's what makes this rebuild different. And that's exactly why repairing a Bugatti is absolutely not for the weak.